Hello everybody, Spooky Sandwoman here. Thank you for checking out episode 2 of Asagao Academy. First episode, we came to the school, met a cute guy on the train, and met our roommate. Now we're gonna eat food, because that's my favorite part of the school. Eating the food. Not my food. Not my school. That Big Pet School was nasty. Anyway, the cafeteria was buzzing with students excited for the new year. The only people as nervous looking as I were the tables of skittish, wide-eyed first years. I stepped into the line behind May, taking an empty plastic tray. We shuffled through, asking for helpings from the sulky cafeteria workers when we passed something that looked good. With full trays, Mai led me straight to a table in the back where a few students were already sitting. Mai sat down and took a seat across from her. Hi, Mai. How was your break? It was good. I went to Italy and Spain. Dad fell off a jet ski and broke his ankle. It's better now, though. Oh. Well, that's nice. I expect to be introduced, but the girl turned back to her group of friends and Mai turned back to me. She began to assault her food with a fork and tell me, in a practically minute-by-minute account, about her fleeting romance last summer with a boy she met on the beach that didn't go further than a few salty kisses. Okay. I sat back and let Mai talk. For the first time since arriving at campus, I felt like I was finally able to breathe. I picked at my Brussels sprouts and studied Mai as she spoke. The more she talked, the more I began to notice small details about her. She had a high songbird voice. Oh, well, then I guess I should have changed my voice for her then.
What?
She was dynamic, her face twisting this way and that into exaggerated expressions as she spoke. She laughed often. She imitated people in wildly unflattering voices, seemingly unrelated to her actual opinion of them. But most notably, she talked. A lot. I didn't find this particularly annoying, as it filled the silence and she hardly ever asked questions that required my full attention. Just as Maya was rounding off a shockingly detailed account of the time she accidentally walked in on her friend's older brother in the act of changing, a flash of a familiar green caught my eye. I glanced over. Hey, that's him! Huh? Who? I leaned across the table to whisper, just in case he could hear me through the ambient chatter of the lunchroom. The boy from the train! That's him!
What?
Jared? Yeah, with the weird green jacket and swoopy hair. He just picked up his tray and was walking past us when something seemed to catch his eye. Oh, it's you. I looked up at him, suddenly realizing he was talking to me. Hana, I met you on the train. How are things settling down for you? Really well. I found my roommate and she's been helping me out. I gestured to Mai, who was thunderstruck. In fact, looking around, everyone was. People stopped eating to turn and stare at Jared and me. My shoulders bunched around my neck. Well, if you ever need any help, I'll be around. Third year, right? I nodded.
All right.
Some of my friends are in that year. Of course, they can't compare to me, but I'll give them the heads up to look out for you. He flashed a dazzling smile, then winked. It's the least I can do for such a cute girl. Well, I'll see you around. I watched, a torrent of thoughts raging through my head as he took a seat next to a bunch of guys who were all wearing the same jacket. That's Jared! She tore her eyes away from him and looked at me.
He's so cute.
He's the most beautiful guy in school.
Oh, Jared.
I can't believe he just looked at me. I looked at Mai. Her cheeks were glowing in an indecent pink. Why do they all wear those jackets? Aren't all the guys supposed to wear blue blazers as part of their uniforms? No, they're allowed to. You know Jared? The girl turned back and was looking at me with sudden interest. Did I know him? I only talked to him on the train for a few minutes, so not really. We weren't friends or anything. But looking around, Mai and this girl weren't the only ones who were interested. Everybody seemed to be listening in. They seemed so surprised when he talked to me. Maybe a little white lie couldn't hurt. decisions. Not really. Maybe I guess so, because, I mean, I guess so isn't, like, flat out saying, yeah, we're best friends. I've known him since he was 3. I guess so. The girl looked me up and down as if she were inspecting a piece of furniture for purchase. I'm sorry, I didn't introduce myself earlier, did I? I'm Mimi. Oh, that's Mimi! You're the one who fell flat on her face! Nice to meet you. So how did you meet Jared? Oh, come off it, Mimi. Jared's not interested. Mai and Mimi stared at each other for a few seconds, having some kind of silent mental battle. Then Mimi turned away and continued to eat. Sorry, it was clear that she was just trying to get in with you for her own agenda, so I cut her off. Get in with me? Why? Well, you asked me about those guys in their jackets, right? Those are their normal Boots Club jackets. They're... what? What's normal Boots Club? Oh, the group of hot guys, I get it. It's a club we have at school here. It's like totally exclusive and full of only the coolest students. Of course, fucking... they get together and play video games or something. That one right there is John, also known as Jontron. His bird's name is Jock. Oh my god, it has a blazer! Jock has a blazer. I'm out. That's adorable. That's precious. John is also the president of the drama club here at school. Oh shit, cool. Next to him is PBG. He and John founded the Normal Boots Club together. PBG is one of the best soccer players on our team. And then there's Gerard. People call him the completionist because he's obsessed with completing things. He has the biggest itty-bitty kitty collection I've ever seen. Next to him is Jared, also known as Pro Jared. He's a model. Then there's Satchbag, but everyone calls him Satch. He's like crazy smart. Those guys over there are Paul, Nick, and Josh. They write a column in the school newspaper called Continue. Paul, the one standing up, is the student council president. And the guy over there on the end is Shane. He knows more about video games than anyone. Ever. She exhaled a dreamy sigh into her mashed potatoes. So, how would someone, you know, join the Normal Boots Club? You don't choose the boots, Hannah. The boots choose you. Okay. What does that even mean? You have to be presented with the boots to be in the club. They're like super selective. What are the boots? The club... You leaving me? Oh, but you were so cute. Okay, bye. Cat hates me. The club has this boot statue. It's like one of their patches, but it's gold-plated. It's their mascot, I guess. They do this weird initiation ritual with it. Ritual? I hear they fill a room with candles and wear these totally creepy robes during initiation. This year 2 girl said she saw it once and they were all like chanting around the boots and it sounded like they were talking backwards. But I don't believe her, and even if it's true, I don't care if they're a cult because they're all really hot. Wow, that sounds about right. Do they have a lot of friends? Yeah, tons of friends. I'd say they're the most popular kids in school. I mean, everyone in the school looks up to them. I bet they could get any girl in school, too. Or boy, for that matter. Hey, are you gonna eat your cake? I shook my head and pushed the plastic tray across the table to her. No, my cake! For the remainder of lunch, I listened to Mai talk about Jared through mouthfuls of half-dissolved frosting. I regret giving her that cake. My cake. No one take my fucking cake. I don't care if I slide it towards you. It's a joke. Take the joke, not the cake. Back in the dorm, I sorted through the piles of textbooks the school left for me. My radio was playing a poppy tune, equal parts music to static. Mai fervently scribbled in a notebook at her desk, hunched over with strikingly poor posture.
Hey.
Hey, Mai? She didn't bother to look up. Am I supposed to have a textbook for History 309? She shuffled through the papers on her desk before producing a thick textbook. A demure man with a powdered wig frowned at me from the cover. Yeah, this one. I sighed. I don't have that one. The school must have missed it. Mai shrugged and set the textbook back in her pile. They have a bunch at the library. You can just check one out. Where's the library? Mai rifled through her notebook and wrote something down. She tore the page out and handed me a crudely drawn map. Oh, okay, well, I'll be back in a little bit. So much for being a tour guide. Took me at least 20 minutes to find the library. By the time I realized I was holding the map upside down, the sun was setting. The library was much larger than I expected. The walls lined from floor to ceiling with books of all sizes on rough wooden shelves. Intimidated, I headed for the front desk. A recognizably green and gray jacket was behind the counter. Normal boots. I briefly considered running away. Can I help you? I don't know this guy, so I don't know what kind of voice to give him. Too late. Yeah, the school forgot to give me one of my textbooks. I was told I could get it here. Which one is it? The History 309 textbook? He stepped from behind the counter and motioned me to follow. We dodged between the aisles in uncomfortable silence. He seemed friendly enough. I should say something. What was his name again? Shane? Gerard? John? No, not John. Satch! Wow. Huh? Oh, You work here? Of course he worked here. He chuckled, dimples appearing in his cheeks. Yeah, I'm the librarian's assistant. It's my second year and I love it. I get to help people find books that speak to them. His eyes twinkled like a kid's on Christmas. Your book's right down here. He stopped at a row of thick, dusty books. Was this all history? And pulled out the book with the powdered wig man I saw earlier. Thanks. He waved his hand. It was nothing. Do you need help with anything else? I wanted to make a good impression on a normal boots club, but I couldn't come up with anything. No, thanks. You're welcome. As we headed back through the cavernous library, my unease melted away. We weren't talking, but just being near him felt like being wrapped in a soft blanket. I resisted the urge to snuggle up to him. Please don't do that. You do not know him well enough. I've made mistakes like this before. Being like 13, 14. I'm not good with making friends, okay? This is why I have like 5. And I'm lucky I have a boyfriend. He's on that laptop over there. Oh my gosh. Don't do it! We neared the front desk, stepping around a clump of studying students. As we passed, one of them shifted. Eh? Something white flew past my face. Was it a paper? A thick piece of triangular paper lay at my feet. I bent over and picked it up. It was surprisingly heavy. There was a quarter inside of it. If I was just a hair slower, it would have hit me in the face. The students snickered, and I recognized the boys that made fun of my hair this morning among them. My heart dropped. I scanned my memory for anything I might have done to offend them, but nothing came up. My hand started to shake. I hid it behind my back, trying to think of some way to defend myself. Why did you do that? Eh? What do you mean? We were just messing around. Are you suggesting we did it on purpose? I faltered. There was nothing I could say. I was outnumbered. They would twist my words around no matter how straightforward I was. No, Sorry. One of the boys held out his hand for the paper. I inched closer to give it to him, angry at myself for being so compliant. I wish I were. A gentle warmth closed over my hand and took the paper from me. Satch examined the paper closely. I see what the problem is. Your aim would be better if you cut the corners before you folded it. He placed the paper on the table. The boys looked at him in sheer awe. Be careful, though. You almost hit her, and that would have been awful. My hands began to sweat as panic shifted through me. afraid of their response, but geez, we're sorry. We'll be careful next time. Yeah, it was an accident. They apologized? Thanks. I appreciate it. He gave them a wide smile and continued off down the aisles. I followed closely behind, my legs weak. Don't tell me they stopped because of him. Simply because I was with him? I wanted to thank him, but my heart was pounding so hard I knew my voice would shake. God damn it. We reached the front counter and he scanned the history book. My lips trembled as I willed myself to say something, anything to thank him. He tilted his head to the side. What books do you like to read? Oh, fiction? He chuckled. I just finished a good book. I think it'd be right up your alley if you don't mind me saying so. He reached under the counter, pulled out a thick green book, and passed it to me. A man in black stood in the front, hugging a woman in royal robes. It's long, but it's one of my favorites. The Princess Betrothed. I know things can be tough transferring to a new school. If you're ever worried, just read this. It'll transport you 100 miles away in a second. Tears stung my eyes, so I ducked my head. Thank you, Satch, for more than just the books. You're welcome. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't think I got your name.
My name is Hanamizu.
I'm a transfer student. Well, it's nice to meet you, Hana. Let me know if you like the book. I will. That couldn't have gone better. Wow. I like this game a lot. I'm gonna end this episode off here. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, go ahead and leave a like and subscribe. Share with your friends if they like nice books. I like nice books, do you? Bye-bye!